I imagine you tune it out.
No, she's actively engaging.
Okay, I
Engaging.
see.
She has no idea what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
You have never heard all of these terms or how they relate to whatever it is she's talking about,
Lessla?
but
Is Silverster?
Oh, he
Bleu
sounds
Cheese? What?
very.
Nookie?
He sounds so intimate.
he's a rat is what he is, but he's my rat.
I I
So long as you
I
love him.
imagine that's when Lesla walks in and she is very confused.
It is. The
Oh, my
guards
ladies.
the guards largely seem to not care as long as you don't cause trouble.
Okay, don't set the
That's
building
okay.
on fire. Got it.
Oh,
Corvus, have you just been standing at the entrance this whole time,
no,
or
he
have you
went
gone
in.
in?
He went
Okay,
in.
so
He's being
we'll
very
get to
like.
you then now.
Okay.
So inside, it looks like it's just been abandoned. Doesn't look like many people have really been in it though, which is odd for this area.
Furniture like cleared out. Like
No, there's still stuff in there.
okay, so the doors unlocked and no one's looted the place. That's actually a surprise. This is the dark ward. Um,
You suddenly have a realization that it's entirely possible the old woman, literally 5 feet from the door, might make too much noise for anyone to get away with it.
walls not that thick. All right. Well, I guess I'll start looking for either a trapdoor or a staircase.
All right. Go ahead and roll an investigation check. This really is just like a two-room, uh, first floor. There is a second floor. It's built tall,
Yeah.
not wide or deep.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because I have the Drake with me.
sure, you can have advantage.
I'm not very good at the investigation. Very good at the old investigation.
You can't seem to find a door or trapdoor,
I'm
which is
knocking on.
odd.
Yeah, there should be something. Maybe like a loose. Is the floor made of wood, Shadow?
It is not.
Okay. Of course, we'll go room by room. You can't see it from like his normal pacing and looking. He knows there's below. Just like so, it's knocking the floor, knocking the wall, looking for hollow points.
So you knock on the stone. It sounds like stone. Yeah, you knock on the walls. They all sound like walls.
The chimney.
There is.
I'll look at the chimney. It's like a foot goes down into the cellar. Like that's like cause that would be like how they heat up all the rooms. They have one big chimney, or is it?
There is not. There is a little fireplace where it looks like something burnt out long, long ago. And if you try to look up, you can kind of see to the top, but you get the feeling it's pretty clogged.
On the outside, seem on the inside. And Cause will expand his senses real quick. Detect magic.
No real magic in here.
How thick would you say the wall is?
The walls in here, pretty thick. The like kind of lower half of them is made of stone, but then it does switch to wood on the upper half, and you can see a wood ceiling.
Okay, had to check.
It's kind of done like that older European style of house.
Magical silence. 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of copper metal, 50 lead, 3 feet of wooden blocks, or 3 foot of wood. It doesn't have to follow a straight line. Can travel freely around corners or through open.
Detect magic.
Message.
Message. Okay.
Are you gonna send a message to Klaus?
I was thinking Cloud, but I was thinking cheese, because
Hmm.
um, if the floor is stone, I imagine it's more than 1 foot thick. Um,
So I can kind of describe the room a little bit to you as well.
yeah.
So there is a carpet. There is like a wall of bookshelves along the outer edge, although that behind that is just a wall. It's too thin, and you can actually see a window like between either side of them as well. There is like a little like sort of wooden like bench type like long bench sitting in front of the window to the outside. There's a little table in the center. It looks like it was a coffee table, though if this was only one person living here, it might have also been a dining table for them.
Yeah.
2 little chairs by it. There is a
Over.
bookshelf up against the staircase as well. And then the staircase leads to the top. There is also the sort of like kitchen area, which is just a large amount of cabinets and a counter and like a little like makeshift stove.
Okay. The one by the bookshelf by the wall. I know that's probably nothing. What about the one by the staircase? If I move it out.
Okay, if you move it out of the way, then you do in fact see that there is a door behind it that it has covered up. So it looks like it hasn't been moved in a very long time.
Okay, it helps me move the rest of the way out. Corvus like holds his breath because that's gonna be a lot of dust. I'll give if it has a handle, I'll give the handle a little jimmy.
Yeah, it doesn't have a handle. You can just push it in.
Oh, okay, push it in, slide it over, whatever I need to do.
You push it in. There's like a dip in the floor, and then there is in fact a trapdoor leading downwards.
Alright. I was thinking, like, why would someone want to hide it? They remember it's dark wood. You'll like descend a little bit. Black as night down here.
You know, I didn't think about sending Corvus, once he actually found the basement, how he would see.
I got torches. As long as there's nothing flammable in the air, we should be fine.
The only thing you remember is cobwebs.
Careful, that's about it.
But you can tell that the floor is stone. It's probably all stone down there.
Yeah.
So probably there's no way for it to spread to the rest of the building.
Yeah.
As the way you descend into it is actually pieces of stone. They're actually built directly into the wall.
Oh, okay.
But it's probably about this time as you're opening that up, and that I assume Lessla and Cheese are going to follow you in.
Lessla would have saw Cheese was in the middle of that story. Would have said, "We have permission to investigate, so I'm going to help Corvus. Cheese, I think we will need your assistance as you're the only person that can see in the dark without a torch, in case something drastic happens."
Of course. Cheese is going to stand and she is going to politely excuse herself to the woman, and then she's going to live.
The woman continues munching on her potato.
Mm-hmm.
Just straight up a raw potato.
Hey, don't diss the raw potato. They're actually pretty good.
Shut. No.
You could make that argument. This does not appear to have even been washed.
Okay, an unwashed raw potato.
That's good for you.
No.
Anyway,
For the teeth.
you
No.
head back. Jeez. You head into the house next door, and you can see that Corvus has moved this bookshelf and is currently opening the door.
The drake is rolling in the dust.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of rolling on the carpet.
He runs to Cheese, runs past Lessla, rubbing all the dust on Lessla.
Prestidigitate. Both me and the boy.
He is now free of the dust.
now.
Yeah,
There's
then
more dust to be had now.
in Draconic, Lessa will say is, have your fun, but please, I have an image to maintain.
He goes back and rolls on the carpet.
I'm gonna prestidigitate the carpet before he actually gets to roll on it.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs are weird.
He seems to kind of be using like the rough stone beneath it as like a sort of scratching post
Yeah.
Yeah.
or itching post.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dogs
All right. Well, down we go. Bup, bum, ba-dup, bup. Did you light it?
Something on the bookshelf, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Are there any books on the bookshelf?
Yes. First and bone.
No, there are no books on the bookshelf.
Damn.
Any of them actually.
No esoteric magic that someone left here
It
35
makes
years
sense
ago.
because,
No.
You know, books are worth money.
Yeah. It's probably not even actually a
Did you say
bookshelf.
something, Cheese?
No.
Wait, it's a liquor
Okay.
cabinet.
I mean, it's a possibility.
Yep.
But anyway, you descend down. Do any of you light a torch?
That's
I think Corvus has been like. He a little first would have started lighting a torch, but like, he's keeping an eye for distinct smells. Like, oh, it smells like alcohol here. Maybe torch bad.
There is no
Strong
smell of alcohol in there.
as we come down.
It
Lessla.
kind of just smells like dusty and old.
Be careful because dust can ignite.
Yes, I know.
There's
That's
enough of it.
that's why Lessla is just going to pull her dragon dagger out and light it up.
Oh yeah, I forget I could do that.
All right. You turn on, it begins to glow this sort of soft bluish light. Basically, if you can think of Sting from
Mhm.
Lord of the Rings, that's the color.
Yeah.
Though it's a bit duller than Sting is.
That's
Not
fine.
quite as brilliant.
It's as long as I can, see in front of me. Because I think it's 5 feet of bright, 5 feet of dark dim, or is it just 5 dim?
Feet of bright.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah. So I can, it's actually a fair bit if we're searching like a lower class basement, like.
Yeah, the whole thing is probably about 30 feet from front to back, and maybe about 12 from side to side.
Yeah, so it's just two big little balls of blue light.
Mm-hmm. As
Yeah. There's a bunch of crates. The only thing that seems to be of any like remote interest at all is that there's a rug in the center, and there is like a crate on each corner of the rug.
that. Do you have your detect magic still up?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
No magic.
Okay.
Or it's like he's just like looking around, but he's getting a little lizard. He's actually, Corvus knows what electrical energies do. Like, shock a lizard means that can do electrical. Maybe it's like, what do you call it? Ozones.
And the smell of raw eggs.
So you're go over that one more time for me.
Corvus is just keeping. He's not being careful because it's dusty, but he's like trying to see if there's a smell of like ozone.
Not really, but as you get a little bit closer to the like center point of the room, there is a bit more of a sort of off stench. Not ozony, just off.
Rot.
No, not quite, but close.
Sickly.
You're having a
Sickly
hard
sweet.
time. You're having a hard time placing it. Just smells off.
Corvus will kind of crouch down. I guess the center's the rug.
Not necessarily, but it is coming from that area.
Yeah, I'll be moving towards that because as a body or something in here, we have.
Yeah.
more
So
of that.
the rug itself is completely flat. It is about it's probably about 6 or 7 feet in total diameter.
Moth-eaten or weirdly okay?
It's largely okay. There is like a single wrinkle on the side of it.
It's actually quite interesting.
So are you like going on, like climbing, like walking onto this rug, or just looking at
I
it?
feel like he looks at it because like it's weird that it's got these two things sitting on it. So I think I was like bend down and like just touch it with his finger.
Feels like a rug. What about everybody else?
You said there were 4 crates on each quarter.
Yeah, there's a crate on each corner.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Lessla is just going to look at the crate and are they nailed shut, or does it look like they can can hinge open?
They look like they're just crates.
Okay.
They look like they're just crates.
All right. I'm gonna try and open one of the crates just to look inside it.
It's empty.
That was.
It's not really a hinge. It's more just a lid you lift on and off of it.
Yeah, there's a weird smell around this bowl.
Cheese is listening because since she casted Speak with Animals, she's listening to see if she can hear any animals.
Roll a perception check,
scrounging
please.
around and or talking.
Roll a perception check.
Rolling. That is a
Nat 20?
yes.
Alright, I'm waiting for it to come through on my end. It has not.
There it is.
There it is. Okay, Cheese. You think you can faintly hear the sound of running water. You're not sure where, but you feel like you can faintly hear it.
Oh
I can hear
no.
water. I'm not quite sure from where. Perhaps.
That could
Beneath
explain the
us?
smell.
We might be over a sewer line. In which case, Lessla looks down at the carpet. There might be a reason there are these 4 crates here. They might be trying to dampen the smell. Well, we're trying to dampen the
Because
smell.
it's like a you said it was like a proper rug, which means it's probably quite thick.
It seems to be, yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. Though, why wouldn't they report that? That's a
Smugglers?
be.
Lesla's going to start moving the crates off the corner, and we should roll the rug up.
Of course,
All
actually,
right.
it calls his shut up before his nose because it's gonna get worse.
So, I do want to know what path you take as you move these.
I'm staying on
'Cause
the
yes, that is important.
I'm staying on the outside of the rug.
Okay. What about everybody else?
Well, from what we just heard, there might be a hole. Of course, isn't going to go on the rug if there's a hole in it.
Cheese has been staying to the side of the room, really.
So, Lessla, as you move the second, you're moving? I assume like the crates on one side and then the other.
Yeah.
So as you move the second crate from that side, the rug actually slacks a little bit and sinks in the center.
There's a hole in the floor. The
We'll grab one end of the rug and pull it up to like whip it over to the other 2 crates rather than moving the 2 crates.
yeah.
Yeah. Now you know exactly where that smell is coming from. It's a very sulfury, stinky smell, like seaweed and a little bit of rot. And yeah, you can definitely hear the sound of running water.
Oh, goodness.
Lessla does
If
it.
you've ever been to like a so there certain types of seaweed have a very sulfury smell if they grow plentiful. That's this smell.
I'm gonna let you know, Shao. I once had it where something had clogged a pipe under our house. It broke and the pipe burst and flooded our entire garden with sewer water. I know the smell well.
Yeah, it's not quite that. It actually is more salty and briny.
Yeah, so this is...
You have to remember, this is the dock ward. It's less off into the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's less of the sewer smell and more of a sea smell.
Yeah,
it's like a really
just a very poor and sulfury sea smell, because you're guessing that no one bothers to take care of the plants that grow in there.
Mm-hmm. Lessla, who has not made any movements to block her sense of smell at all, simply looks down and says, "Does the hole look accidental or on purpose?"
It looks on purpose, like this was cleared there for a reason.
I believe this is a former smuggler hideout.
puts the knife into his teeth, and then like puts his hands down on the ground, like looks down, and like not lowers his head in.
It looks like about a 30-foot drop.
30-foot drop.
Let me take the knife. Say that again so we can actually hear you.
Takes the knife out as well.
She will take the
Looks
knife
about
out.
30 feet drop.
All right. Well, we have rope for this, and Lessla will pull out of the bag of holding 50 feet of rope. You know, remember when we said, "Can we ever get a straightforward quest from Shadow?"
I knew the answer was
You keep
no.
taking all the weird
no,
ones.
I was just reading it up on the fucking parallel dimensional plane of fucking ooze.
Look, you're the ones who keep taking all the odd ones, okay?
Well, they're the first ones you give us, and we just take it.
Yeah,
I tell you what's on the board. And then you ask for if there's anything interesting. And then when
Anyway.
I go over the ones that are interesting and out of place, you take one of those.
Lessla is tying the rope around a support beam.
Okay.
This is small for many.
By the way, where's Clouth?
Yeah, no.
Cloud has returned to your shoulder.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm like, I was like, I've been waiting for him to like jump out of the shadows to try and scare someone because that sounds like a cat thing to do.
Cloud finds those sorts of games beneath him.
I see.
All right.
Unless it's Cheese.
Well, Cheese is currently paying attention to the hole in the ground, so.
All right. Well, now that that's done, Lessla is going to.
A quick test.
Yeah. Well, Lesla's the lightest person.
It's less the. It's what?
Yeah, it's more of the support. Yeah. Lesla was going to test it, but she's the lightest person. That's why she was going to go first.
Course is the heaviest person.
So everyone is currently like looking down into the hole, correct?
Yeah. Oh, that's the most obvious thing. There's a little lizard running around. We'll probably hear it. It's very quiet here.
Yeah, Cheese is
So that's
listening, but yeah, she's looking in the hole. Oh no.
Oh no. That's Cheese.
Cheese?
Hi.
You feel something land on your back. Something small. And you feel a tingle run up your spine.
She's like makes a quick squeak and starts like grabbing at her back immediately.
As you do that, you feel whatever it is run off your back, and both Corvus and Lessla see a small blue lizard leap off of Cheese and into the hole where it goes flop into the water and vanishes from sight.
Lessla is going down the rope as fast as she can now.
Oh, we got rid of the lizard. Got rid of the lizard. Oh,
Sorry.
The water actually seems pretty deep down there. You can actually see it kind of move with waves. Only just barely, though.
Yeah. As
be careful. Good call.
Yeah.
Water's swimmable.
not all water is swimmable, yes.
Yeah.
Which is why I have rope. Lessla is going to, like I said, go down the rope fairly quickly, using a couple scraps of cloth to keep from getting severe rope burn.
Okay.
You know, if I had been fast enough, I could have vortex warped that thing back up and grabbed it. But, you know, wasn't thinking about that at the moment.
I mean, it's also an action to use that, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a reaction, which is what you would have needed.
Yeah. All right. As Lessla starts making her way down, she's going to take this time to examine like the surroundings under the hole to see like what it looks like.
You can actually kind of see light to a degree coming from the far end where it lets off into the sea proper.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like that's maybe about 50 feet away. So it's still dark here, but you can see light down there.
Mm-hmm.
And that leads off into the dark further down.
Yes. Yeah. Once she gets low enough to like the water, she is going to take her staff and poke it into the water to see if it's how deep it might be, if it's deeper than walking.
How high up are you
I think she would get down.
above the water at this point?
I think she would get down to just about almost touching with her feet.
Okay. So, the water itself appears to be about 3 feet deep.
Okay. That's actually still to like Lesla's like chest, I think. No, a little lower.
Yeah.
Oh hell no! It's like to your waist.
I'm trying.
To you, not to Lessla.
Lessla and I are the same height. We're 5'4".
Yeah.
3 feet is not that much.
It's probably about to like your mid stomach, roughly.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Not your chest.
I mean, the difference between that's like
Jesus.
the start of the chest cavity. That's like 6 inches.
Yeah, if you get one of the waves coming in here, then it might go up that high.
Yeah.
If you get a particularly strong one.
Yeah.
But Waterdeep as a harbor doesn't get a lot of waves. You can just kind of feel it.
Yeah. Lessla will shout out. It says, the water's only about 3 feet deep. It seems we can walk in it fairly well. At which point she will put her feet into the water. If I had a silver for every time this happened, I'd have quite a few by now.
Corvus will take his boots off and put them on, like, sort of attach them to his bag a little bit and then roll his trouser legs up
Alright.
really high.
And, hey. As you know, Lessla, I need you to go ahead and roll me a d4.
Okay. Come on, 1. That's a 4.
Okay, as you get down, you feel something beneath your foot, but it moves away very quickly.
Oh. Yeah. Lessla says this. I felt something down here. At which point, oh god, I don't have very much ability to actually detect things. And I can only cast Speak with Animals as a ritual. Alright. Well, they're magical beasts. They should give off a magical essence.
Corvus lets Cheese go down first, more out of the fact that he'd want to watch Cheese go down, and doesn't want to be down when she's coming down.
Yeah, Cheese is going down, and she's immediately like, wait, no, Cheese.
Oh, it's gotta stick to the fur. Ugh.
Wait,
Yeah,
this is why we have prestidigitation.
Alright. We have prestidigitation and baths.
Yeah.
We need both after this.
I don't think Cheese will sell it for anything less than both once this is done.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
2 weeks of bathing will be needed. Everyone involved.
All right.
Also, I was fucking exactly correct. I just did the height comparison for myself. It is to Lesla's waist.
Yeah?
I'm a god. Trust the person that's 5'4".
Look, I'm sorry that I'm 6 foot and I have no cognitive relativity to someone so short.
Oh yeah, no, like, it is straight. Anyone who's like below 5'5", I cannot conceive of.
National
To be fair,
average
it does.
baby.
To be fair, it does depend on how long Lesla's legs are.
Currently, Les is all leg.
Lessla, the physical build of Lessla is that of a relatively short gymnast. So
So there's a lot of leg. Okay.
A fair bit.
But anyway, so that's probably very accurate. Regardless, you all head down into the sewer below.
Yes.
You're now in the sewer.
Yes.
Cheese is trying to look for this little guy, and she's like calling out to the little guy as well. She's like, "No, please wait, come back. I didn't mean to. You just scared me. That's all."
All right. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Perception. Everybody knows I'm terrible at that, so I don't even know what that rolled. Oh, it was a 22. Did I die?
Okay. So faintly, so fairly far. No, sorry, I muted myself and didn't realize it. So I had to unmute. But no, further down you see just the very slightest hint of blue light for a second.
In the water?
Further down, it's hard to tell. Further down,
Okay.
it's quite far
It
down
looks
actually.
like it looks like he's gone this way, and she's gonna start running as much as she can through the water. Yeah. I'm
Let's.
so sorry about your cloak, Corvus. Friend. She would have said friend.
Lessla is trudging through the water, probably much slower than the other two. As she has to like actively like move her body to get through the water at any meaningful time.
I think that's a pretty good wading maneuver. He knows what he's doing. Like he's waded through water before.
Yeah. Lesla's wading through water in a finely made dress. So this is like so many things are against her right now.
But it's also clothing's clinging to you, and everything sucks.
Yeah, when Lessla first gets in, the dress kind of poofs up as it catches the air between it and the water. It has to be forced down.
I mean, I don't think Lessla would actually force it down because it would be easier to move without it for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't last long. As soon as you start moving, it sinks pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It just water.
And also, if you kept it like that, anyone coming down would land on it.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese just jumps down on it.
That's a good. You know, it's a good thing I didn't jump down like I usually think about doing.
I thought about doing it, but then I went, wait, I'm not level 4 yet.
I have Featherfall. That's why I was thinking about it. We could have done a synchronized jump and then just floated down.
No real.
Alright. Let's have a little look see in this cove. Do a thing.
Yeah. Because Cheese is actively going as fast as she can towards the little guy.
Alright, so you keep heading that way, and at this point all of you begin to see the sort of blue.
One dot or multiple dots?
It's several, alternating, it seems.
Ma'am, you said these things like to travel in groups, right?
Yes, colonies. At which point Lessa will then cast Detect Magic. Because they are a magical beast.
There's no such magical beast.
I mean, that's what they. I mean,
older editions.
Older editions, yeah.
There's a faint little bit of magic, yes.
I believe we may have found them. The water makes it quite hard.
Well, as long as they're friendly, as long as they don't see us as a threat, we should be fine. So.
Well, it should be fine, as long as they are capable of. Well, if they're capable of rational thought, where we have other problems. But as long as.
So.
Go ahead.
as you're drawing closer and saying this, you can actually get a clear view of what they're doing. They are discharging like little bolts of electricity
Mm-hmm.
towards what looks like a large pile of rubbish in the center of like this four-way convergence in the sewer.
Hmm.
Anything?
It looks like just rubbish and like old leaves and decaying plant matter largely.
How far? Oh no!
Are they nesting?
Lessla is going to think about it, and she's going to think about certain magical theories and say, are they trying to create a shambling mound?
I think they might just be nesting.
Well, let's hope that it's not
Uh,
my hypothesis.
Well, if it's nesting, we should keep our distance. Little critters can be the most fierce and defending nests.
Absolutely. You can still communicate with them, correct, Cheese?
Oh, yes.
Alright, well,
It's an all day thing.
let's get closer, and if they make any warnings, please
Keep
let us
your
know.
move when it comes to things. Keep your movement slow and unaggressive as possible. Just getting closer can be seen as a sign of aggression. Yes, that's incredibly slowly.
I don't have a choice.
Splish, 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 splish.
And then Cheese is going to, as they get a little bit closer, she's going to call out and say, "Hello."
The lizards stop discharging and do kind of seem to you're the only one who can really see this, Cheese, is for everyone else it's in the dark.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now they've stopped doing that. They're kind of all looking at you and they're kind of taking like they're hollowing back like they are on guard.
The little
And,
lizards stand on their feet.
I will also, because I did just check this for you, shambling mounds are kind of a natural creature. They're not
Mhm.
something you create.
They're not something you can create, but there are theories on how to create them. That's why Lesla was worried about it.
Yeah,
I was worried
electrical
about
discharge into decaying plant matter is not one such theory.
Not with that attitude.
Look, it's electrical discharge into plant matter. That from what I remember reading, that is the requirement.
Speaking as such, Cheese, you also notice that the plant mass is actually moving.
Might I ask what you have there?
And you speak with animals up.
Yes.
So one of the lizards scurries forward a little bit, still looking very cautious, and looks at you. You don't want to bother the Guardian.
Oh, I'm certain that I don't, but so this is your guardian?
Guardian eats food, gives us scraps. We heal the Guardian.
Am I allowed to look upon the guardian?
Look upon the Guardian. Guardian might wish to speak with you.
Would be honored.
Speak to the Guardian. And the lizard scurries back, and all of them begin
We're
doing their
adopting
thing
all
again.
of them.
Hmm?
Adopting all of them. It's fucking adorable.
They all begin once again discharging like just periodic, like it doesn't seem to be very high energy bolts of electricity into this thing. And you can see the plant mass moving again. There's actually kind of like a rudimentary face on it. Lessla, while this may not be the theory of how to create a shambling mound, that is certainly what they are discharging electricity in.
God damn it, Lesla. Lesla just puts her hands together and says, "Oh, they weren't making one. They were healing one."
Cheese is going to approach the mound.
Hello.
Friend.
It it doesn't have eyes, but it seems to look at you. It seems to largely be made of the like decomposing, like rotting seaweed around. Cheese, you notice it actually is wearing a hat.
Oh, what a lovely accessory.
Cheese, do you happen to have the ability to speak with plants?
Oh, not yet? Why?
It's... Unless this is an abnormal one. From my knowledge, shambling mounds can't speak nor understand languages. But they are made of plants.
How many of these here shambling mounds have an army of little Latin lizards?
I believe it's more of a symbiotic relationship.
Now, Lessla, go ahead and roll a nature check.
Alright. That's a 15. Why is it not
Why are
showing
your
up?
rolls not coming through?
I don't know.
That's
Let me refresh and then
Connected
try
to-
again.
You connected the TN. What's it?
yes, I
Roll3,
am.
What's it called?
Yes, I am.
Gotcha.
That's why I refreshed my thing to see if that'll help it. I was on a second game table earlier. Maybe that was having something to do with it. Let's see. Let me roll it again just to test. Nope. Maybe I have to refresh Roll20. Hold up. If this keeps going, I'm just going to use...
I mean, it's not like I can't just look at your stream and see your rolls if you're seeing them.
well, the stream's not seeing them because it usually comes through the Roll20 chat.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I mean, I trust Rec not to lie.
I mean, I can still see it
I
on the
know.
Roll20 chat on your end if you're streaming it.
No. It's not coming through the Roll20 chat as a thing, so that didn't work. Okay.
So it's only showing
yeah,
the
'cause-
dice for you.
No, it's not. So I'm rolling on D&D Beyond, and for some reason the extension is not porting the roll over to
Oh.
Roll20. So
Then
that's...
just roll on Roll20.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to have to do for now, is roll on Roll20.
So you know, Roll20 rolls are different from D&D Beyond rolls.
Yes, they're weighted differently, I know.
They're completely weighted differently.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, they're very much weighted differently. D&D Beyond uses pseudophysics. Roll20 just uses RNG. So based on what dice you're using is how they're weighted on D&D Beyond.
Ah, okay. So they actually use the physicality of the 3D model. That's cool.
Yep. Yeah.
By my dragon egg, when I used to use dragon egg dice, I was like, I don't know how good those were because they were all round.
I'm using clockwork dice on my D&D Beyond, so they're very
I
heavy.
am too.
Very heavy.
I'm gonna go with what you said of 15. I'm gonna trust you
Yeah.
on that. But future rolls make them into Roll20.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
So, to your knowledge, the fact that the shambling man is sitting there and looking at cheese, that is not natural behavior of these things. They just try and consume anything and everything. They are endlessly hungry.
It has a top hat too.
Yeah, well, that could
Yeah.
I
just
mean,
be
it's not a top hat. It is
It's Shadow. It's a top hat.
bowler
A hat.
cap.
It's a top hat. Well, it could be bowler cap, but it's a top hat.
It's honestly closer to like a cowboy's hat in its design. That's still not accurate.
All right,
It's
we have
too
to
wide
the Kelly
brim.
steals hat.
We have to steal the hat for Corvus.
Steal the hat now.
So it's too wide brim.
Oh,
and
it's a
the,
sombrero.
No, it's not that. Hang on. I'll have to see if I can't find an image of
You know, this would be a great animatic of us just like saying which hat the shambling mound is wearing.
It's clearly one of those old-fashioned jester caps with the fucking little bells.
With the bells.
All right.
So, like, the rim itself is entirely flat, and it extends out about a foot in any direction from the center of it. So it's a very large hat. As for the general
Yeah, I was thinking of
design
that
of
hat.
it is here. This is a good idea. Kind of looks like this. Just like I said, it extends about a foot in any direction rather than that.
Okay.
Ah.
It does make it kind of look like a sombrero, honestly.
Not entirely wrong. It's just not made of straw as they traditionally are.
Yeah.
Or actually, here, this is an even better image. Just this, but imagine the brim being a foot in any direction. This is that's exactly it if you do that.
Okay, okay, it's a big old pilgrim hat then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh hell,
It's
are they
a lovely
afraid?
hat that you have.
It continues to stare at you. You think.
Try
Uh,
Sylvan.
for-
Or if that fails, whatever it is you do when you usually cast your spells.
Cheese usually does that in Druidic, or like I suppose it would be like a combination between Druidic and Sylvan. More leaning towards Druidic, but it does have Sylvan intonations. She's going to try to speak to it. She's going to ask, "Can you understand me?"
And which one was that in, you said?
Druidic. It would have been.
So you say you say it in Druidic,
Mhm.
and you actually get a response in Druidic.
Ah.
Why do you come here?
Well, it seems like one of your lizard friends here has been bothering one of the locals. We were sent to investigate.
Bothering someone?
Yes,
How so?
well, the woman reported that it was nibbling at her toes.
And you still have speak with animals up, correct?
Yes.
Alright. So it's not nibble on toes. Run away when tried to stomp on me.
Ah, I see.
That one, stab him.
The thing looks at the lizard and looks back to you. It's moving very slowly.
Yeah. Lesla's just done what I typed. She's pulled out a book and is writing every syllable it said phonetically.
That's actually very accurate.
It's like Old English. What?
Man, that the temptation for Lesla to pick up linguist instead of any of the dragon-centered feats that I could pick up is strong.
You could always. I mean, actually, it depends. It's fun though.
Yeah. But go on.
Yeah. Was the mound about to say something?
No, it's just looking at you.
Oh. Well, I suppose we simply request that this particular friend of yours no longer returns to that house.
Not go back in over a month. Lady's scary.
She seems like it. But she
Champlain
will
Mount just continues to
require
look at you.
some sort of proof. Could we perhaps take a shedded scale or something along those lines?
The shambling mound looks down to all the lizards. All the lizards kind of like scurry. Some of them like swim into the water and scurry up over to like one corner, and they seem to all like kind of congregate for a minute.
Of lizards. Right.
After a bit, one of them comes back, scurries up with something in its mouth. It looks like a bit of shedded skin.
This is ripping
Oh, this
Jerry's
would be
skin off.
perfectly. Thank you so much. This is so kind.
Scary lady, stay away.
So long as you stay away from her house, yes.
It nods and scurries back. The shambling mound looks back to you. Give to scary lady. Protect little ones.
Of course. These little ones, did they save you, or how did you find one another?
Accident.
Well, I suppose there can be good accidents as well.
It just continues to stare at you.
Well, is there,
She's gonna look back to the others and ask, like, shrug.
Ask how it learned Druidic.
Oh, I suppose. And she's gonna turn back and,
how did you learn language?
One day, learned while looking at Green Man.
A green man?
Green Man.
How long ago was this?
Don't know.
Sorry, writing
Learned
this
a
down.
lot when saw Green Man.
What was the name of that one green wizard that you
Rivelin.
confronted?
Rivelin, yeah.
Rivelin. Cheese is then going to ask if he recognizes, and she's going to describe Rivelin.
You
Is
could.
that the green man, or is it someone different?
No. Doesn't
see.
sound like the Green Man.
What
Green
did
Man
Green Man
wore leaves and bark. Came to live in this place not long after.
Where were you initially?
Woods.
Outside of the city, or somewhere else?
Walked a long way to get to here. Crawled through narrow pipes.
Do you like it here?
Like little ones.
Or would you like to be elsewhere?
Why?
I suppose... If you wanted to, I suppose I could try to move you. Along with your little friends, they would follow us.
Why?
Why not? This place
Why
is...
leave? Food, little ones. Pretty light in distance.
If you like it here, then I won't. I simply thought I'd pose the offer.
Not hurt little ones. It
No.
cocks its head at you.
I would never. Not unless they hurt me first.
Slumber. And it steps back and sinks back down into the center between all four things. Blizzards start charging it once more. They're now kind of chittering happily.
Cheese is going to cast a Druidcraft, and she's just gonna make some like little flowers and doodads for the lizards that they just might like. Not necessarily that they can eat, but just like, ooh, shiny, that sort of thing.
Okay. He makes some like little like floating water lilies.
Mm. Cheese is going to turn back to the other two and just say,
Oh, so this creature here has promised that these will now stay away from the woman.
Well, that's good.
And I have
it, though.
Shambling
apparently it eats it.
shambling mounds have the ability to reform themselves when struck with lightning.
Alright.
More than likely, as I was saying earlier, it is a symbiotic relationship. The shocker lizards keep it healthy. In return, it provides them protection. If the name Guardian is anything to go by.
Yes.
Those ain't hurting anyone down here. Not that they
Oh
were
no.
hurting anyone up there, nah.
I think our lovely old woman exaggerated. It seems like they were just scurrying around her house, and she attempted to step on one of them.
Makes sense.
The blind woman attempted. Okay.
She's not fully blind.
I understand that, but it seems foolish to try and step on something you can't fully see. Either way.
You underestimate the foolishness of normal people. Well, I suppose she's hardly normal, but...
Either way. Let us return with news that the problem has been solved. And if she asks if we killed it, we will simply omit the details.
And I have a skin as proof of kill.
And we will seal up the hole between the cellar and her house, just to be sure.
But he likes the pretty light in the distance.
No, not the hole here.
Oh wait, no, it would have been covered. It would have been covered. I'm stupid.
Yeah,
Don't
that's the
worry.
end down there.
Ignore me.
Well, all's well that ends well. I was not expecting an intelligent shambling mound. It must be quite old, as I do believe it is impossible to awaken them with magic.
Oh well, he said he learned, or it said it learned language from a green man. It sounded like a druid. Not quite sure how long ago.
Maybe we should inquire with Rivelin. He is a...
I ask.
Well... No, I mean, if anyone knows of abnormal creatures of the forest like this, Rivelin may know of sources, and we may be able to gain more insight into it if we ever find one again.
I believe we
Yes,
wish to
that's
leave this creature alone. But as is the way of some of his time, want to poke at it.
That is why you pose the question as a hypothetical.
Seems quite specific hypothetical.
Everything in magic is a quite specific hypothetical.
Let's head back to the rope and climb it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Up we go.
I don't feel like I'm
Alright.
going to use any magic today, so I'm just going to vortex warp myself up there.
Okay,
Splush.
you're able to do that just fine. I'm assuming you'll head back to the old woman.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm letting my legs dry naturally.
I will prestidigitate
Cheese
myself.
is going to prestidigitate herself.
It's probably still clinging to us.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go away easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still a faint odor around you.
To the head, it's stuck to our nose hairs, our eyebrows, everything.
Oh goodness.
Well, at least it was simple. Not bad for a one-day
Relatively.
adventure. Although this does bring questions.
Yes, dog. Voice these questions.
Yes, voice the questions, puppy. For example, who
Cover
is...
the hole again.
Yeah, cover the hole. And... Should we let... No, we should probably not alert the guards about this hole. They might accidentally stumble upon the mound.
Oh yes, please no. He wants to be safe.
Look, if I'm right, this place has been abandoned for a long time and it hasn't caused any structural problems.
If possible, I would like to learn the arcane lock spell, and then we could put an actual door over this and make sure that no one can get through. That way the mound cannot be disturbed.
Well, you know what they say, the harder the lock, the greater the prize.
Fair. Well, at the very least, the doorway should be hidden by the bookshelf. Let's just hope the smugglers that used this in the past do not attempt to come back. Maybe it is the shambling mound that forced them to leave in the first place.
Well, most likely, this place hasn't been in quite a while.
I would assume as much.
Smugglers tend to... They hid the door well enough, so probably was scared the thing would follow them. Smugglers tend to have dens. The basement would have been a good place behind a hidden bookshelf, which was in a wall, a door that was also hidden. There's no obvious sign of the door unless you move the bookshelf. So, this could have been a den of some kind. Oh, because the crates can work as chairs, but does it look like there was like tables or like
No, not really.
playing cards?
Not really.
Single playing cards?
Nope. Not that you saw, anyway.
I wonder if this has something to do with the old lady's supposed boyfriend.
Perhaps.
Well,
He seems like a very voracious man.
that is definitely a word that could be used. I would use the word intangible, but
Of course, we move some of the crates to block the hole.
Okay. You can't. It's too large to actually cover it with the crates. Like, there's a reason why it was that rug over it. It was quite large. Was almost the size of the rug.
No, the hole to the lady's place from the basement.
Oh, I see.
Let's cover it up.
Yeah, no, that you can definitely do.
Yeah. And then I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
The boy starts licking us. Immediately.
Yep. You can't tell if it's helping or not.
Friend, would you like me to clean you off?
And she's talking to Corvus.
Gives me a moment. Sure.
And Cheese will cast Prestidigitate on him.
Dry at least.
It's better than nothing.
Hold the bags down, put the boots back on.
Oh, bro took
Alright.
his boots off before he went in?
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm
He
just
kept the
imagining, like,
shoes on.
seaweed.
Alright, but do you head back to the old lady?
Yeah,
Yes.
Alright.
thinking like.
So upon returning it to you, if none of you ever closed the door, then she didn't either, so it's open.
I feel like Lessla would have closed the door.
Hmm. Regardless, it is still open. She looks up from her potato, which is now half gone. She just looks at all of you.
We've gotten rid of the lizards for you. The lizard for you.
Ah! You whacked him good, did ya? She seems
Sure.
very excited by the prospect.
They won't be bothering you any longer.
I see. And did you get any proof of your kill?
Cheese will hand her the lizard skin.
You hand it to her, she looks over it, places it on the table, looks at some more, takes her cane and gives it a good solid whack. After a few seconds where it doesn't move, she nods and seems satisfied.
Lessla is been getting more and more frustrated with this quote unquote normal person this entire time.
Drake's
No one ever called her normal.
Of licking your hands. Well,
Cheese called her normal, but Cheese's prospect of normal is not normal, so...
just thinks, oh, it's a hag. Hag friends.
Alright,
Real?
let me go and get you your reward. She hobbles over to a barrel, like tips it over, and there is a large sack in it at the bottom. But she takes and overarms directly at. Let me just go ahead and do this real quick.
No.
Directly
Please
at
throw it in Cheese's face.
Lessla.
Yep. Can I catch it? Mage hand catch it?
That would be an athletics check, but not a hard one.
Alright. That's a 19.
Yeah, you catch it just fine.
It's almost like Lessla has practice catching things thrown at her face.
Catch this!
Alright. You did your job, you got your pay. Now I'd like you to kindly leave my house.
Lessla will once again do the dwarf technique of weighing how much gold it is to figure out how much is in there.
What's supposed to see if it's actually.
It surprisingly feels roughly accurate.
Oh, interesting. Lessla will then turn to leave and says, I believe this is accurate. And she starts walking out.
Corvus, like, moves that he's in front of Lessla, so if they go out, no one sees the bag.
Sees what?
So,
No one-
Wait, what?
No one sees the bag. Making sure that
Oh, I see.
they're always protecting.
Alright.
So no one sees you must walk out with a giant bag.
Oh no, I was throwing it. I was going to throw it in the bag of holding until we got to a better place.
Oh, okay, no.
Nice.
Because Corvus wouldn't know you have that, so I'd say you still make this
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, no. As soon as Lessla turns, she puts it in the bag of holding, and you notice that there's no jingling sound.
Like, you don't want to jingle
Alright.
bag in the dark wood, unless
So yeah, you're able to leave the woman's home just fine. You do hear the door slam behind you.
Well,
What a wonderful woman.
I could have.
Corvus just like folds the work poster up. Just posits it. Yeah.
What?
You find it strange that no one else was willing to take this up.
Yeah. Lessla. At this point, Lessla like takes her staff and then Mary Poppins it into the bag of holding, and she, as she rubs her temples and says, "As profitable as that was, I do not want to enjoy her presence again, not for a long while.
I think I might visit her again.
I don't think
Right, to
she
meet that boyfriend of hers.
once visited him.
Oh.
No. Well, you don't like visitors either, but I still come and bother you.
That's different, ma'am.
Which point?
Oh.
Lessla will actually take a single coin out of the bag and see like what the mint of it is.
So as you reach in and grab it, you realize it does not feel like metal.
Oh no.
At least not fully metal.
Okay. Lessla pulls it out and examines
Well, let's make
it.
sure we get to like a
Yeah.
good spot.
You pull
before
it
we
out. It
actually
has
examine
about the right, it has about the right weight for a gold coin, but it definitely looks off. It has a very cartoonish and actually wrinkly texture to it.
Well, actually pulls out one as well. And we'll like put it in between his teeth.
In fact, it actually looks like something that's just covered in gold leaf. Corvus, you
Yeah.
put it in between your teeth. It's hard, definitely, and if you try and chew on it, it'll break your tooth very easily.
Yeah, that's just a
But
test.
yeah, but yeah, you also get that kind of like wrinkly, almost tin feeling. Very, very thin.
Lesla's going to attempt to snap it.
You
Go-
try and snap it, it does not snap. However, the little like wrinkly surface does break, and there is something else underneath it.
What is it?
Ugly's coins.
So there is a hard candy that has the symbol of a gold piece etched into it. Jesus, at this point you think back to the woman mentioning all those Callum Shan rock candies that he brings her. They look so ugly.
At least it wasn't dangerous.
No. At least we can fill our pockets with these lies, Nat.
Which point Lessla will sniff it as she tries to figure out the flavor.
It has a fruity smell.
I have a feeling that these are far past their eat by date. As she
Pop one into her mouth.
yeah, Lesla's gonna pop it into her mouth anyway.
Yeah, of course, pop it.
It's
in
actually
as
quite
well.
good.
These are lovely.
They're actually quite delicious, all things considered.
Well, we were paid in.
They seem to be in a variety of flavors and variety of colors. And
We just
they
got
are
Jolly
quite
Ranchers.
good.
We back got paid up fucking Jolly Ranchers.
Hang on, I can actually find an image of what these are that I'm basing these off of.
God. Oh well, at least it wasn't
In terms of flavor.
dangerous.
Yeah, it's at this point that the GM would like to congratulate you all on completing your April Fool's quest.
Yay!
Yeah, I figured as much.
No April Fool's for me anymore, though.
You be quiet.
You be quiet.
No.
Is this
So
why?
here,
Is
So,
this
for
why
those of you
Harume
that
wasn't
never
here?
had- No, Harume was not here because Harume actually was not feeling well.
I know.
April Fool's.
She's just gonna like clap her hands together, and she's just gonna say, "Let's just eat the candy and."
So here, this is the
for the rest of the day.
if you want to go ahead and sign off, Rex, you can.
Okay.
Unless there's anything else anyone wants to do.
Without money, there's not much I can do at the moment except for work on.
Yeah, I figured that was I figured that was a good place to call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm still gonna go hunting.
All right, for that, we'll call it here for today. For those of you who joined us, as always, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are. And remember to stay frosty. For those of you watching this on YouTube, I apologize for the middle intro, but I forgot to press the recording button until about, an hour in. But I thank you all for joining me. And if you wish to support the channel or our artists, please view the links down in the description below and stay posted as we're going to have some fun things coming in the near future. Oh, those things.